It's funny because I intentionally I didn't want to ask about this or bring it up the first time we talked, but after talking to everybody and writing the story and all that, and specifically seeing Sakigabara-san's his comments, and I was really surprised to see that he said he was interested in still having you can maybe compete for Ryzen, and so I'm just curious now after the fact, seeing that. Is there any possibility whatsoever that you would consider a comeback?
So what I've realized during all these years that I just love the fight game, right? I love MMA, and I love fighting. I like practicing. I love everything about it, and I still do. Um, so do I want to fight? Do I not want to fight? No, that's not the case. Um, is the possibility of me fighting zero? It's not zero. Do I? Yeah, she kept it. She chose her words right. She was very respectful. Do I not want to fight? No, I do not want to fight. You know, but this is something that I have always been doing, even when I was fighting. Is that I try to look at myself from a third person point of perspective, and I always think about what kind of performance I have to do in order to satisfy the spectators, the fans. And that's how I would that's how I would think, and my mindset would definitely be off of am I performing in a way where I can please the people who watch me fight. And that's always been something in my mindset. So when I think about that now, from a from a perspective, will I be able to perform in a way where people will be satisfied? Will I be able to do the moves to wow the fans? Will I be able to move and perform in a way where it's not rude for the people who paid to watch me fight? So when you think about it from that perspective, I think the answer will be no. So as long as I can't, when I don't think that I will be able, I will be able to perform to an extent where I won't be able to satisfy the spectators, I don't think I deserve to fight. So, it's a very gray way of putting it, but do I not want to fight? No, I do not want to fight. Is a chance zero of me fighting? Probably not zero. But do I think I have the abilities and skill set to deserve to be fighting in front of people? I'm not that confident. So we'll put it that way.
I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Definitely. I mean, somebody who's, been entrenched in that lifestyle their whole life, of course, you're always going to want to, you know, do that thing you've been doing for longer than you've not been doing it, right? So yeah, I think that definitely makes sense. And I don't, maybe you've talked with her since then, but I thought it was interesting when I talked to Jessica Aguilar as well, your former opponent, of course. She had this idea of, maybe you could corner her for her last fight when she's, finally ready to retire now, as she is at the tail end of her career. She said, that would be a good idea that she had, or something cool she thought where, oh, Megumi could, come out and corner me, or maybe I could go against Megumi in my final fight like she did with me. So has she told you about that idea? What do you think of potentially, being in her corner for her last fight?
So she talks to she communicates with Jessica through Instagram, like after fights, just some simple stuff. She said that first time she met Jessica was, I think she saw her fight for the first time in the States, and then I guess she lost that fight. But Megumi-san was very inspired in the way
でも
how
私たちは
Jessica
本当に
fights,
初め
and
て
she was very
出会っ
inspired.
て、
And
その時初めて
I
ジェ
guess
シカの試合を見
she
た
gave
時に、
her
彼女その試
a
合多分負け
T-shirt
たんですけど、す
that
ご
she was
く
wearing, just just
気
for
持ちの
gratitude
こ
of
もった、もう本当
her
に、
performance.
あの、
And
もうすごい試
I
合を
think
し
they've had
て、
a
その
relationship,
時
ongoing
に、
relationship since.
まあ、
And
感動して、
you
自
know,
分の持ってる
Fujimega-san
持ってきた
thinks that
T シャツをプレゼントして、
she owes
そ
her
こ
a
からまあ
favor.
少
She owes
し
Jessica
交
a
流が
favor because
始まっ
Jessica
たんで
flew
す
all
け
the
れ
way
ど、
from the States
まあ、まさか
to
それ
fight
が
me for
つな
my
がっていく
retirement
多分
fight.
そのスタートがあって、自分が引
So,
退
you know,
試
if
合にも
Jessica is
初め
looking
て
for
出てく
somebody
れ
for
ると
her
は思わなかっ
retirement
たで
fight,
す。まあ、その
I
ジェシ
do
カの引
have to
退試合
return the favor,
起こ
but
るた
I'm
め
not
にね、
quite sure if I
私、
can
アジさん、は
go
じめ
for a
皆
minute.
さんが本当に動いてくださったからこそ実
But
現したカー
you know,
ド
with all that being said, you know, if
なんですけ
she's
ど、まあち
looking
ょっ
for
と
something and if she
内容的には
wants
ね、なか
something
なか、
and asks for
すっきり
something
しなかっ
special
た
for, you know, retirement
方
fight,
も多かった
that's
と思う
something
の
I
で
would
申し
really
訳
have
な
to
かっ
think
たん
of
ですけれども。
on doing.
そうですね。まあ、ち
But
ょっとジェシカの引
I'm
退
not
試合
quite
で
sure
す
if
か。
I
考
can
え、考
last a
え
minute.
ますでは。考えましょう。
Well,
Wow, okay. Interesting. So that sounds like that would be the thing to get you to get you to come back. All right, now we know. But
で、
yeah,
でも、
it's
でも
very
なん
hard,
か、
you know, if
やっ
she asks,
なんかね、な
it's
んか、
very hard
やっ
for me
ぱ
to
り、
refuse because
まあ、
I
ね、
really owe her a
なん
favor
かそういう
for fighting
恩
me in
が
my
やっぱ
retirement
り
fight.
ね、
I
重
asked
な
for
ると
her,
なんか、
and you know,
す
a
ぐ
lot of people worked hard
ノ
to
ーと
make
か
that
ね、
happen.
言いづらい、言えないですけ
So
ど、まあ、
you
1
know,
分
it's
ぐら
really
い、
hard for me to refuse
1
if
分
she
3ラウンドと
asks.
かだった
So maybe we can do a 1 minute 3 round fight.
perfect. Perfect. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So